Howdy y'all, and happy Halloween. Y'all remember the big mouth Billy Bass? Yeah, that like big fish you could press the button on, or it had like a motion sensor and it would like turn and yap and sing at you? Well, they made a spooky version. My friend Alex found this and I'm very grateful because I love seeing those videos online of people taking these and like making them Alexas and stuff like that. And while I'm not going to do exactly that today, I am going to mod this so I could have any auxiliary audio input into it. I'm not exactly trailblazing. There was a part list and a guide online that I'll be following. But we are going to do a couple things a little bit different from that guide. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, here's that AC adapter. I did open this up and test it, and it does work. And I already took out the screws, so I don't have to do that later. Let me do a little demonstration. I'm not going to be able to play the music, so I'll have to do my own kind of interpretation of what that sounds like because of, you know, content ID match, but bad to the bone, ba-ba-da-da-dun, bad to the bone, ba-da-da-da-dun, bad to the bone. So it looks like the motors are having a little bit of trouble here. What if I prop it up for a second? Try to give it a little bit of help. Well, that's terrifying. I don't think it's supposed to do this. Well, hopefully that won't happen to us again. Anyway, the screws are already out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna reuse the speaker that's in it. We're gonna be going beyond this board. We're gonna be replacing this barrel jack with a USB-C just to make it a little bit better for myself. All right, we're gonna start by taking out the original board here. Don't think I'm gonna actually end up needing any of this. So these go to the motor. Don't even need to desolder it, I can just rip it out. These white ones look like the speaker wire. Okay, so the fish itself is separated. We'll put him to the side for the moment. That leaves me here with the back. Now, I don't really want to be able to use batteries in this. I'm just gonna remove the battery wires. They're gonna go in the scrap pile. This should be a good starting point. All right, first I'm gonna need the Bluetooth module. Here we go, one Bluetooth module. Yes, these are just extra connectors if I need them. I need to get a general idea of how this thing works. To test this, we're gonna bring back the Sony Dream Machine that I modified. And I think that the auxiliary should be this way. So let's see here, one in there. I believe that should be good. Oh, that's interesting. The Connect sound is just the Windows Connect sound. That's interesting. All right, well, I guess let me play like a YouTube video or something. I'd like to be able to hook things up, you know, iPods, music players, and just have a little speaker like that. So, might as well get started. And to do that, well, I'm gonna need to take it apart again. All right, and if it's not connected via Bluetooth, aux in is working. So now I know that, that's good. I'm gonna need a 5K potentiometer. So which one of you is gonna be 5K? This one here that says 502, that's the one I need. Because if I put this on there and attach the other one to here, yeah, it shows 5 right there. Put this guy in here. And then we're gonna use our own JST connector. Oh wait, what am I doing? This thing came with the stuff that I need. Yeah, they made it so easy. It came with its own JST connector. Bend back that red pin. How best would it be to mount this? The old board was like right here. I'm thinking about replacing like the area where the motion sensor is with like where I want the aux in to be. Got some standoffs in there, just kind of like act as a brace. Okay, I measured out where that needs to go, and I'm gonna use some magnets to determine how that's gonna look on the other side. So if I want it approximately here, I got some magnets on the other side, and it's gonna go about right there. Next up, time to drill a hole. There we go, perfect. So the knob that they provided isn't really doing me too much just because the part that actually connects is way back here. So whenever I go and try to get this connected, like I can barely get it to connect, but it's gonna fall off really easily. So luckily I had an extra 3D printed one for a different project, and that should just go on like here, and that'll keep it in place. Yeah, it'll like waddle around in a little bit, but I mean, this is gonna be jank anyway. If I really wanted to, I could just kind of glue these into place. Next up, we gotta figure out where we're gonna put the amp board here. I've gone and 3D printed a case that this can live in, so I don't have to, you know, directly hot glue this to the fish. So I'll hot glue this to the fish and then just put this guy inside. Glue that into place. And we're gonna hot glue this one particular standoff also into place. Well, now that we got that situated, I think it's about time I start getting soldering. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have any black wire on hand, so ground is just gonna be blue. Basically, using this capacitor is kind of like a power bridge right now, and it looks a little bit janky. 5-volt in, this one goes to the amp, this one will go to the Bluetooth board, this one will go to the Arduino, and then I guess I need to have one more for the other board. And that should pretty much be it. I should be done with soldering, and all that should be left is plugging it in and having it work. really all that's left to do is plug the speaker part back in and see if that functions properly. Okay, one more thing of soldering, because apparently it doesn't like the speaker wires that it previously had. Now, come back. Now that should be no more soldering. Last bit I should just need is a normal aux cable. That'll plug into here, and that will go all the way around into here. Fingers crossed. This should be all I need, and we should be good. Here we go. Well, it's making noises, that's for sure. Oh, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I'm gonna disconnect potentiometer from there. Wired to ground and 2 wires to input. Looks like I might just have to clean up some of my connections. I'm getting some interference. I feel like the real Halloween horror here is just what's happening. I've had to do so much stuff off camera. I had to go and just remove the USB-C from this because for some reason it was just interfering with a lot of the power and it's causing a lot of noise. I got it as wired up as I can, and it technically works, but there's a bit of chatter. So at this point, what I think I'm gonna do is just kind of get it back together, and because I need this to be out by Halloween, just kind of reassemble it. Oh, also, just the Bluetooth stopped working all of a sudden. I don't know why. It just did. It'll still take the aux in though, but just no Bluetooth currently. Okay, so let's just shove the rest of this back in where it belongs. Oh yeah, I also removed the small potentiometer and I put this bigger one in there, and I found that that's helping out like a little bit. But I've shoved as much of this together as possible. Now I think it's just time for me to screw it back together and just hope that it works. Oh, but I forgot to put the button back. Okay, now I can put everything back together. You know, that should be everything that we need. And the cable is just gonna live inside of it for right now. I do have right here though, a aux input we can use. So we'll just plug that in. And because I can't get the Bluetooth working in this for some reason right now, we are just going to Bluetooth to this, and the aux in will go there. Basically burning a couple of my soundtracks on this into these discs. Now these ones are rewritable ones, so they don't really have any fun art, unlike the ones that I got that were kind of like more commercial releases by Bandcamp artists. So I'm gonna try making a quick one for this cool pink one, which has the Hypnospace Outlaw soundtrack on it. And on this red one, I have Nightmare Reaper's soundtrack. So, like, it technically works. Like, the mouth does move. It makes a horrible, like, electronic motor noise. The tail is not really functioning, but I think that might just be a problem. Actually, all of this just might be the problems with the motors inside of this. Do a little bit more research on that, maybe replace those motors. Because the other Billy Bass I have definitely does not sound like that. So I'm gonna have to go back at some point and try to do a V2 of this. I mean, I got the other one for sure, so I'm gonna have to definitely go back. But if you have an idea of what could be making that motor sound, or other ways that I can try to improve it, or just if you've noticed mistakes that I possibly made with the circuitry or the electronics, let me know, because quiet you, because I think that would help out a lot. But we're definitely gonna have some more work we're gonna have to do here with Big Mouth Billy Bones in the future. So hey, maybe by next Halloween I'll actually have it up and running. That's gonna be it for now though. So long, y'all.